Everywhere you look in Dubai, you see the dream. People pulling up in brand new cars, zero down payment deals plastered on billboards everywhere, and ads promising luxury you can easily afford. And honestly, it's tempting because in this city, a nice car isn't just a way to get around, it's a statement. It's how you feel successful. But here's the truth. Owning a car in Dubai doesn't end the day you buy it. It starts there. Because once the excitement fades away, the real question hits. Can you actually afford to own it and not just buy it? Now, before we get into the numbers, let's set the stage. Dubai is one of those cities where owning a car almost feels like a necessity. The public transport system is great, don't get me wrong. But between the heat, the distances, and the lifestyle here, most people end up buying a car within their first year or two of living here. And car ownership here feels deceptively affordable at first glance. Because when you see 1,499 dirhams per month advertised on a brand new car, you start thinking to yourself, that's just like rent in some other country, totally manageable. But that number doesn't tell the full story, because what you're really signing up for is a long-term relationship, not just with your car, but with the never-ending list of costs that come with that. So let's start with this simple truth. The purchase isn't what drains you, it's the upkeep. That shiny new monthly installment you agreed to is just the first of many bills. There's stuff like insurance, Salik, fuel, service, tires, banking, fines, registration, and depreciation. And if you actually add all that up, you'll realize your 2,000 dirham a monthly payment is somewhere closer to 3,500 or 4,000 dirhams per month once everything's included. That's why in this video, I'm going to break down 3 very different cars to show you what it really costs to own one in Dubai today. A practical sedan, a big SUV, and an electric car. We'll look at a Toyota Corolla, a Nissan Patrol, and a Tesla Model 3. Let's start with the sensible one, the Toyota Corolla. If you've lived in Dubai long enough, you already know this car is literally everywhere. Taxis, delivery drivers, families, it's the go-to for anyone who wants something reliable and cheap to maintain at the same time. In 2025, a new Toyota Corolla will set you back around 80,000 dirhams if you're buying fresh off the lot. But if you go for a good used one, say a 2021 or 2022 model, you'll find plenty between 45,000 to 55,000 dirhams. Now, if you finance that with a 20% down payment over 5 years, your monthly installment is roughly around 1,200. Now let's stack up the other costs. Fuel-wise, it's one of the most efficient cars on the road, roughly 12 to 14 kilometers per liter. So that means if you drive an average amount of, let's say, 1,500 kilometers a month, you're looking at about 350 to 450 dirhams in petrol. Now let's talk about Salik. Even with the new gates popping up, if you're crossing through Business Bay or Sheikh Zayed Road regularly, expect around 200 to 300 dirhams a month. Now let's talk about insurance. Corollas are cheap to cover, around 1,200 to 1,500 a year, so let's call that about 120 dirhams per month. Maintenance, Toyota servicing is predictable, so a minor service every 10,000 kilometer costs around 400 to 500 dirhams, so if you average it out, that's roughly 150 dirhams a month. Add parking fees, car washes, and random small costs, around 100 dirhams a month. So all in all, your total monthly cost is somewhere between 2,100 to 2,400 per month. That's about half the average salary in Dubai for many people. And that's for one of the cheapest cars to own. It's reliable, predictable, low stress, but even then, not exactly cheap. Now let's talk about the one that defines Dubai's streets, the Nissan Patrol. This car is a status symbol. You'll see it in every car park, every valet section, and every influencer's Instagram story. I think it's a beast massive power, comfortable, and built for long desert roads. But all that luxury comes at a price, obviously, and not just the price tag. A brand new Nissan Patrol in 2025 is sitting at around 240 to 280 for a base model, but this depends on the trim. Even the used ones, say 3 to 5 years old, go for 150 to 180,000 easily. If you finance that with a 20% down payment over 5 years, you're paying around 3,500 to 4,000 dirhams per month just in installments. Now the real fun begins with the fuel. The Nissan Patrol is powered by a V6 engine, so it drinks petrol like a camel drinks water after a desert run. You're getting maybe 5 to 6 kilometers per liter if you're lucky. So that's around 1,000 to 1,400 dirhams per month in fuel costs if you drive regularly. The Salik on this one, you'll likely be doing longer drives and more crossings, so that's about 300 to 400 dirhams per month. Insurance, you're covering a luxury SUV, so premiums are steep at around 4,000 to 5,000 dirhams per year, or about 400 dirhams a month. Now maintenance on this one, this is where it hurts. Routine services cost around 1,000 to 1,500 dirhams every 10,000 kilometers, but the major ones can hit 3,000 dirhams or more. Average that out and you're looking at 400 to 600 a month. Add in registration, parking, and unexpected things, easily another 200 to 300 a month. Your grand total is around 5,500 to 6,500 per month. That's a second rent payment for many people. And it's not like it's optional. You have to pay it every month if you want to keep driving it. Now, don't get me wrong, the Patrol is an incredible car. It's comfortable, powerful, and built for UAE roads. But if you're not earning well above 20,000 a month, it's going to burn a hole in your wallet. Now let's switch gears, literally to electric cars. Everyone loves to say EVs are the future, they save you so much money. But is that really true in Dubai? Let's take the Tesla Model 3 as an example. A new one costs around 180 to 200,000 dirhams in 2025. Financing that, you're paying 2,700 to 3,000 dirhams per month. Now, electricity is cheaper than petrol. That's true. If you're charging mostly at home, your DEVA bill will increase by around 30 to 50 dirhams per month. If you rely on Tesla superchargers or public stations, expect closer to 100 and 150 dirhams. Maintenance is low, so there's no oil changes, fewer moving parts. But tire replacements for Teslas are pricey. A new set can cost around 3,000 to 4,000 dirhams. So if you spread that out across a few years, that's about 100 to 150 a month. Insurance, that's also around 3,000 to 5,000 dirhams a year, which works out to be around 300 to 400 dirhams a month. Salik and parking stay the same, 200 to 300 combined. So your total monthly cost is roughly 3,500 to 4,000 dirhams. It's cheaper to run day to day than a fuel car, but it's still not free. You still have insurances, tires, parking, Salik, and the upfront price is high. Plus, if you live in a building without EV charging, you'll face extra hassle finding stations. The Tesla makes sense for those who drive a lot, want cutting-edge tech, and plan to keep the car long-term with their house having electric chargers. But it's not the zero-cost dream people imagine. Now let's talk about the sneaky costs that hit you when you least expect it. Depreciation. Cars lose around 15 to 20% of their value every single year. That's money you'll never see again. Luxury cars lose even faster, and EVs also lose a lot, especially when newer models launch. Another thing is fines, and let's be honest, almost everyone gets them in Dubai. A random speed camera on Sheikh Zayed Road, a forgotten Salik balance, or a parking ticket. It all adds up. If you missed fines and suddenly you owe RTA 1,000 dirhams. Next on the list is parking. This one hurts city dwellers the most. If you live in Marina, downtown, or JLT, you could easily spend 400 to 600 dirhams a month on parking alone. And then there's car washes, detailing, window tinting, and small repairs, or let's say accidents. A simple scratch, a battery replacement, or an AC fix, all those small things that never show up in the budget but keep happening. This is the part that gets a lot of people stuck. Dubai makes car ownership too easy. Banks offer instant approvals, dealerships throw in offers, and 0% down payment sounds like a dream. But what you don't realize is you're locking yourself into years and years of payments, insurance, and running costs. I've seen people earning 10 to 12,000 dirhams a month and buy cars that cost 4,000 dirhams a month to maintain. And then they wonder why they can't save a single dirham. It's not that they can't afford the car, they just can't afford the lifestyle that comes with the car. So before you sign that contract, calculate not just your EMI, but your total cost of ownership, because that's the number that actually matters at the end of the day. Now, if you're thinking of getting a car this year, here's how to be smart about it. Be brutally honest about your own lifestyle. If you work from home or live near the metro, maybe you don't even need a car full-time. You can use services like UDrive or eCar, or even rent a car only when you need it. If you really do need one, buy used. Cars in Dubai lose a huge chunk of value in the first 2 years as they drive off the lot. You can save tens of thousands just by buying a slightly older model. Then compare insurances before you buy. Premiums can vary massively between cars, and always check maintenance costs in advance. And remember, cheaper isn't always better. A well-maintained, slightly expensive car will cost less in the long run than a cheap car that's constantly breaking down. When I got my first car in Dubai, I thought I was being smart. I ran the numbers on the loan, saw the monthly installment, and said to myself, yeah, I can afford this. What I didn't realize was that the monthly payment was just the beginning. It was then the Salik, the service bills, the random fines, and the fuel that kept eating away at my budget. I remember one month, my Deva, Salik, insurance, and all types of renewals all landed together. And it felt like I'd just taken a pay cut. That's when I realized that owning a car here isn't just about transportation, it's about the commitment that comes with it. So the next time you see that shiny showroom ad saying own your car for just 1,499 a month, remember, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real cost of the ownership in Dubai is everything you don't see in that ad. And that's what separates the financially smart from the financially stuck. If you found this video breakdown useful, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because I talk about real money, real lifestyle, and real Dubai, not the sugar-coated version. Thank you guys so much for watching, drive safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.